Yeah, this is Paul. Yeah. I was looking at the qualifications necessary to be employed. Yeah. There's a qualification of possession of those attributes essential for one who wishes to fill a particular public office or to carry out a specified job. For example, it is necessary for someone to have studied law before he can sit as a Supreme Court judge. And then there's a qualified endorsement, an endorsement in which the endorser attaches some qualification, condition. How you doing? Good.
Good. How are you doing?
Good. To his liability, a conditional endorsement. And then a qualified nuisance is a negligently, carelessly, yet lawfully created nuisance that might cause injury. It differs from an unlawful nuisance. Qualified oath, an oath taken under circumstances that modify and reduce its forcefulness. Yeah. Seems like you have to qualify for a lot of different jobs. There's got to be qualifications. You know, it could be that those that are judges forgot that you had to be an attorney before you could be a Supreme Court judge. I just needed to know the qualifications of every elected oath of office throughout the United States. When they decided they wanted that job and they had signed that sworn oath that they would support and defend the Constitution, did you actually have to attend law school, or could you be a commissioner just because you wanted the job? Did you go to law school? Now, asking for the enforcement of my civil rights should not be a big deal to those in government. They actually do know what civil rights are, and when I email hundreds of thousands of emails and I make videos every day, maybe 15 to 20 of them a day, and I document that, well, you had to have certain qualifications before you could get elected to office. Now, I know there's got to be an actual job description of every senator in every state legislature. There must be some qualifications to be able to be elected as a representative in the United States Congress. I mean, before you got the job, did you have to have some qualifications? Now, when I said I want the insurances, I really do, and I want any endorsements of any insurance policies. I want that city employee that said, sure, we'll pay the insurance premium to insure against negligence and injury, and there's another word, negligence, carelessness. Let's say you're a sheriff, and I've been informing you that the law is being violated, and you decided you're not going to enforce the law. Now, that would be careless now, wouldn't it? When you have the actual evidence that my rights are being violated, my sons are being held hostage, that there's forgeries on the documents, and you decided you're not going to do what due process requires. Now, for every attorney oath in the nation that has sworn to support the laws of their respective states and the United States Constitution, and then there's all these other ethics rules and all the bar association requirements, and every attorney of the nation, well, if they're an independent practice, they might have insurances of their own. Now, when you go to suing law firms and then you go to suing their insurance companies because attorneys think that they don't have to do what they had sworn, pooch. You know, when you sue every bar association, that's a requirement for employment that you have to belong to the bar. It could be that a lot of insurance companies are all of a sudden somewhat concerned about the amounts of damages that they've insured. Now, I just need to know all the business insurance of every licensed attorney that belongs to every bar association. I just need to know the insurances of every judiciary in every county. It seems very careless, negligent, inhumane, pooch, to not enforce the laws of the United States. Now, I know a jury of my peers, well, I'm suing XYZ law firm because they did know that my rights were being violated, and instead of informing law enforcement that the laws of the United States are being violated, they decided they were going to do nothing. When every attorney in their firm is sworn. Now, as much as we don't want to talk about it, you buy insurance for that event. Well, you never think it's going to happen. You never do. You never think that sheriffs would never enforce the law, but they decided they weren't going to enforce the law. You would never think that with emails that I could email every oath of office throughout the whole nation and they would all know about it and they all got elected because of the qualifications of their respective offices, and then they go through the swearing-in ceremony and they sign the oath of office. Then they get it subscribed by some person that has the qualifications to be able to subscribe the oath of office. And then the states have to buy insurance to protect the state in the event of those that are oaths of office decide they're not going to enforce the laws of the state of Washington. Now, I know nobody could have ever planned this, but my job as an American citizen is to inform law enforcement when I know of a crime and provide the evidence so that law enforcement can understand what the law says. And then my right as an American citizen is to sue the employees, their respective employers, that you had to have the qualifications to be able to get the job so as to receive the income. And then the insurance companies that insure the employers. Now, I'm going to want the laws of the United States enforced today. I'm going to want an email from my sons that have been missing since July 2nd of 2011. I'm going to want you to remove that protection order where I don't have any jurisdiction to motion the court because I wasn't given notice and opportunity to be heard before you issued the protection order. Do you understand what the law requires?